Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. 89 Ethiopians arrested in Kapirimposhi for illegal entry. Another 16 nabbed in Mbala. Patriotic Front aspiring President Brian Mundubile has urged members of parliament to reject Constitution Amendment Bill number 7. And Cameroon's opposition leader in the Gambia after fleeing for his safety. This bulletin is live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and live on our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. A consortium of 8 civil society organizations has moved to join a court case challenging the ongoing constitution amendment process, saying they want to ensure that the voices of citizens who participated in national consultations are fully represented. Speaking at a press briefing held today in Lusaka's Kabulonga area, the consortium said it has applied to be included as an interested party in the petition filed by the Oasis Forum, which is questioning the inclusiveness of the constitutional review process. Consortium acting chairperson Solomon Ngoma said the group has been involved in the reforms since March this year, when government announced its intention to amend the constitution. He explained that although the organizations initially had concerns about the limited consultations that led to the introduction of Bill 7, they chose to support the reforms in the hope of strengthening governance and resolving constitutional inconsistencies. The consortium noted that it had worked with civil society bodies, including some that later petitioned the court to successfully lobby the president to defer the bill and establish a technical committee to broaden public consultations. However, Mr. Ngoma said it was puzzling that some organizations now claim the process is not people-driven, despite having members or former members serving on the technical committee. He argued that thousands of submissions from citizens across the country were received and that the committee should now be allowed to release its report so the public can assess whether their views were accurately captured. The organizations say those who boycotted the consultation process are now the ones challenging its legitimacy, adding that the amendment process should not be considered valid only if led by certain preferred individuals.
Initiated by those who, although constitutionally entitled to do so, chose not to take part in the consultation process. Regrettably, it now appears that those who stayed away from the process are the ones claiming it people-driven. Their message seems to be that the process would only be legitimate if they or their preferred representative were part of the technical committee. As a consortium, we stand ready to defend the constitutional amendment process to which we have contributed our time, resources, and expertise. For this reason, we have today applied to be joined as an interested part in the petition filed by the Oasis Forum. Our application was formally submitted this morning.
Signatories to the statement include leaders from IPAC, ZCLU, SACOD, the GEARS Initiative, the Center for Peace Research and Advocacy, the Measures of Justice and Democracy Foundation, CAAPOV, and the Anti-Political Violence Association of Zambia. Patriotic Front aspiring President Brian Mundubile has urged members of parliament to reject Constitution Amendment Bill number 7, saying the proposed changes threaten to roll back the country's democratic gains. Speaking at a media briefing this afternoon, Mr. Mundubile warned that amending the constitution at this stage would reverse the progress recorded in recent years and could undermine ongoing efforts to strengthen national governance. citizens. He has insisted that any amendments must reflect broad national consensus rather than partisan interests. He has reiterated that parliamentarians under the Tonse Alliance will decampaign any parliamentarian who supports the bill.
Whoever supports Constitutional Amendment Bill number 7 from among members of parliament, whether from the right or from the left, we as members of parliament under Tonse will take it upon ourselves and descend upon those constituencies where these MPs are coming from to decampaign them. And this is not a promise we're making today. If you check your record on social media, you will discover that it's an undertaking we made in March. This, whether the members of parliament are from UPND or indeed the Patriotic Front Party, we want to make a call to them that let them search their conscience and for once be able to stand up for Zambia, stand up for the people of Zambia and the aspirations of our poor Zambians.
He has also called for an extension of voters' registration for the of December to accommodate more voters who have faced challenges in the ongoing exercise.
The updates on voter registration have brought about some very disturbing results. The ECZ has only managed to register slightly above 1 million out of their target of 3.5. This represents less than 30% of the target that they set for themselves. It's very clear that due to the number of challenges the process suffered from the beginning, many of our people have not been able to obtain the national registration cards and indeed the voters' cards. So voting is a very important exercise. It's a very important exercise because it affords citizens an opportunity to exercise their democratic rights.
The Kapirimposhi Immigration Office on Sunday, 23rd November 2025, apprehended 89 Ethiopian nationals for failing to appear before the nearest immigration officer upon entry into the country. The suspected illegal immigrants were intercepted at the Kapirimposhi turnoff in a tanker truck bearing registration numbers AJF 7250 truck and AJF 7218 tanker, both belonging to Karen Transport Limited of Lusaka. Their arrest followed a tip-off from alert members of the public. In a statement, Immigration Department Chief Public Relations Officer Namati Shinka said that when officers arrived at the scene, the tanker truck was found parked without its driver, who is believed to have fled and remains on the run. Mr. Shinka added that preliminary investigations indicate the immigrants were initially concealed inside the empty tanker, but were forced to climb onto its roof due to the extreme heat and poor ventilation. Some of the Ethiopians were also found at nearby shops where they had gone to buy food. Meanwhile, in a separate incident on 21st November 2025, the Mbala Immigration Office apprehended 13 suspected illegal immigrants, 10 Bangladesh and 3 Pakistani nationals for failing to appear before the nearest immigration officer upon entry. 3 Zambian nationals were also arrested for aiding and abetting their illegal entry. These 16 suspects were intercepted at a lodge in Senga Hill district and are currently detained pending prosecution.
The suspects have been detained at Kapirimposhi police station pending further investigations and possible prosecution. The tanker truck has been impounded to assist with ongoing investigations. Meanwhile, in a separate incident, on 21st November 2025, the Mbala Immigration Office apprehended 13 suspected illegal immigrants, 10 Bangladeshi and 3 Pakistani nationals for failing to appear before the nearest immigration officer on entry, along with 3 Zambian nationals for aiding and abetting their illegal entry. The 16 suspects were intercepted at a named lodge in Senga Hill district and are detained pending prosecution. 2 vehicles, a Toyota Mark X and a Toyota Raptis, believed to have been used to transport the suspected illegal immigrants, were also impounded after being found at the lodge to assist with ongoing investigations.
The Road Development Agency RDA says 2025 has been a year of major progress for Zambia's road infrastructure. RDA Board Chairperson Engineer Eugene Hazile says the agency has delivered key milestones as it works to improve connectivity, boost economic growth, and enhance road safety. Speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka, Engineer Hazele announced that the Lusaka-Ndola dual carriageway is now 58% complete with over 236 kilometers of asphalt laid. The Luansha-Fisenge-Masangano section is already in operation. On the Ndola Sakanya Mufulira Road, 17 kilometers up to the border have been completed, including the new Tom Tineto Plaza. The Kasome Nomwenda project, which includes a cable-stayed bridge across the Luapula River, has reached 15% progress. Engineer Hazele also highlighted ongoing works on major roads including Mutanda Kaoma, Solwezi Kipushi, Monze Niko, Chipata Chadiza, Blue Lagoon, and Batoka Mamba, with progress ranging between 24 and 79%. He added that the RDA is working with the Zambia Army and Zambia National Service to install acro bridges across the country. Engineer Hazile thanked government and private partners for their support.
But on a good note, we wish to inform your colleagues that we are planning to open that road in the next 7 days. Meaning that the weather permitting, we're looking to, if we can get 3 or 4 days of clear weather, we should be able to open that road up to 10 miles. Meaning that the congestion is going to end. So our plan, physically, is that within the next 7 days, that station will be open and there will be no more congestion.
The Ministry of Water Development and Sanitation has disclosed that Zambia currently has 11 commercial utility companies operating on business principles designed to improve billing systems, reduce non-revenue water, enhance maintenance, and deliver better customer service, all while maintaining a pro-poor forecast to ensure affordability for low-income households. Speaking during a Keresiko meeting with the visiting Zimbabwean delegation today, Minister of Water Development and Sanitation Colin Zovu said Zambia began commercializing water supply and sanitation services in the 1990s to improve efficiency, promote accountability, and create financially viable service providers. Engineers Zovu noted that the establishment of commercial utilities has been central to strengthening service delivery and promoting financing within the sector. He explained that the utilities operate as autonomous entities with clear mandates in designated service areas. Their governance structure is based on a defined ownership model in which the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Services as the primary shareholder on behalf of local authorities. Engineers of who said as Zambia and Zimbabwe share similar challenges and opportunities, great value is seen in deepening the cooperation. The government says the Lift Zambia project is set to create a lasting impact on the people of Mumbo district in Central Province, particularly in improving access to financial resources. Speaking on behalf of the district commissioner during a climate change awareness campaign and multi-stakeholder dialogue on climate finance held in Mumbwa, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit DMMU District Coordinator Precedence Mwemba said the initiative offers numerous benefits, including learning opportunities and increased management and engagement with government officials to strengthening existing knowledge. Ms. Mwemba said the project will also support farmers with inputs such as seed and irrigation systems, especially in areas like Nakasaka that face water challenges. Meanwhile, Center for Environment Justice CEJ Lift Zambia project lead engineer Gabriel Mukuka said the project is currently being implemented in Luapula and Central provinces, specifically in Milenge, Chifunabuli, and Mumbwa districts, with plans to expand to Lavushimanda and Mpika next year. Engineer Mukuka explained that under the Lift Zambia project, CJ aims to empower communities with knowledge and practical tools that drive measurable outcomes, including increased access to public finances, fighting inequality and injustices such as early child marriages, and promoting environmental protection. The Numbo activity forms part of the Live Zambia program, a 5-year development partnership led by Norwegian Church Aid and Dunkerchild and Dan Church Herd with support from NORAD and Dunedin. The event brought together duty bearers, right holders, and community leaders to promote transparency, accountability, and equitable access to public resources. And now, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Climate Compatible Growth CCG team today presented a report on guidelines for decentralized energy planning in Zambia to the Ministry of Energy's Permanent Secretary for Energy, Professor Ephraim Mushifwa. The report focuses on Chibombo district in Central Province and recommends shifting aspects of energy planning from the national level to regional and district structures to better meet community needs. Professor Mushifwa said the government would support the proposed guidelines, noting that they will help harmonize energy sector activities in a more coordinated manner. He emphasized that Zambia still faces information gaps in key areas such as energy consumption, underscoring the importance of localized data to guide effective planning. Speaking during the handover of the report, team leader Professor Stephen Hema highlighted the need for stronger engagement with local communities, including traditional leaders, to ensure that planning reflects real energy needs. She said involving the people who use energy services daily would enhance ownership, relevance, and the long-term sustainability of development interventions. Ends the business news, and in news from across our borders, Cameroonian opposition leader Issa Shiroma Bakari, who is contesting the outcome of the presidential election, has fled to Gambia for his safety, the Gambian government has said. Shiroma Bakari has insisted he is the legitimate winner of the 12 October election, alleging that the result was rigged to give President Paul Biya 92 an eighth term. The Gambian Information Ministry said on Sunday that Shiroma Bakari arrived on 7 November and was allowed to stay on humanitarian grounds. Cameroon's government had threatened to put him on trial for allegedly inciting violent post-election demonstrations. He denied the allegations and blamed the security forces for a crackdown on protesters. And in sports news, Copper Queens coach Nora Hopter has named a 26-member squad for the FIFA Window 3 national tournament to be hosted by Malawi. United States-based Rachel Kundananji, who is on the books of PFC, will lead the squad in the absence of the injured skipper Barbara Banda. The squad also has seasoned campaigners like Mary Wilombe, Rachel Nachula, Chris Chanda, Kalangi Mpopo, Lucio Momwemba, Martha Tembo, and Susan Banda, among others. Hopto, who has retained the core of the squad that secured qualification for Morocco 2026 Women Africa Cup of Nations. Under 17 women national team skipper Message Pasula, goalie Shalama Funte, and defender Margaret Gondwe. The three-nation tournament will have host Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Zambia. Zambia and Malawi are using this tournament to prepare for the WAFCON, where they have both qualified. The three-nation tournament will run from November 28th to December 2nd in Lilongwe. And now, the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Africa. Class
Luapula, Northern, Muchinga, and Eastern provinces, including the Eastern districts of Central and Northern District of Copperbelt and Northwestern provinces, mainly cloudy, slightly windy and warm to mild with isolated rain and occasional thunder. Western, Southern, and Lusaka provinces, including the Western districts of Central and the Southern districts of Copperbelt and Northwestern provinces, partly cloudy, tending to be mainly cloudy in some places, slightly windy, and warm with chance of isolated rain. Ends our weather report, and that item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. The Kapirimposhi Immigration Office on Sunday, 23rd November 2025, apprehended 89 Ethiopian nationals for failing to appear before the nearest immigration officer upon entry into the country. Patriotic Front aspiring President Brad Mundubile has urged members of parliament to reject Constitution Amendment Bill number 7, saying the proposed changes threaten to roll back the country's democratic gains. And finally, Cameroonian opposition leader Issa Shiroma Bakari, who is contesting the outcome of the presidential election, has fled to Gambia for his safety, the Gambian government has said. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie Banda. Enjoy the rest of the evening.